Okay, are you ready for this one?
I think so. Hit me.
We're diving deep into a case that's going to leave you saying, wait, what?
Sounds right up our alley.
All right, so get this. A woman in West Virginia is caught on video drop-kicking a young girl and her defense.
Oh, boy, let me guess.
Oh, you got to hear this. She claims she was just pulling a Jackass stunt.
You're kidding, right? Like the TV show.
Okay, nope, dead serious.
Yeah.
We're getting all this from a long crime article, so you know it's legit legal stuff.
Okay, so we've got a bizarre crime inspired by well, let's be honest, a pretty ridiculous show.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to untangle today. Not just the what happened, but like, what does this even mean?
Yeah, like where do you even begin to draw the line?
Right. Like between entertainment and, well, just messed up behavior.
It's a wild one for sure.
So let's paint the picture here. We've got this young girl just chilling in a pink chair, totally unsuspecting.
Oh, yeah.
Then, out of nowhere, this woman, Staci Lynn Burgy, shouts something about Jackass, and bam, drop kicks the kid.
Seriously, like a flying kick?
Full-on drop kick. The video's out there. It's rough to watch.
I bet. And what's really disturbing is that this Jackass defense, I mean, it's one thing for it to be a dumb excuse, but is this like a sign of something bigger?
What do you mean?
Think about it. Have we become so desensitized to seeing crazy stunts, violence played for laughs, that it's starting to blur the lines in real life?
Whoa, that's a heavy thought. Are you saying people might be thinking, hey, if they can do it on TV?
It's not that simple, but it does make you wonder, right? Especially when you think about younger generations.
Oh, for sure. Kids see this stuff, and it's got to have some kind of impact.
Exactly. They're more impressionable, might be more likely to imitate what they see.
Speaking of impact, the girl in this video, who they think is related to Burgy somehow, ended up with some bad bruises.
Man, that's awful. At least it sounds like that's all it was.
Yeah, thankfully. But obviously, this whole thing triggered legal action. At first, Burgy was hit with a pretty serious charge, felony child abuse.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Right. But then things took a turn. They ended up downgrading it to unlawful assault.
So less severe, but still pretty serious.
Definitely. And here's where the law gets kind of interesting. The judge decided to go with a deferred adjudication.
Ah, okay, I'm familiar with that. Explain it for our listeners, though.
Basically, it means Burgy's on probation for 3 years. If she keeps her nose clean, the charge drops down again to misdemeanor battery.
So a slap on the wrist, relatively speaking.
Yeah, but there's a catch.
Of course there is.
If she screws up during probation, she's looking at up to 5 years for the unlawful assault charge.
High risk, high reward, I guess. Shows how the legal system tries to walk that line.
Punishment versus second chances.
Yeah, something like that.
But here's where it gets even more complicated.
Uh-oh, there's more.
There's actually another charge against Burgy for domestic assault, but that one got dismissed.
So now you're making me think, is this a pattern of behavior?
It's a good question, and honestly, that's one of the big things we don't know about this case. We don't have the full background on Burgy or what led up to that dropkick.
And think about all the other stuff we don't know. Like, how did the cops even get this video? What made them go for that initial felony charge?
It's true, those details could totally change how we see the whole thing.
Exactly. Which brings us back to the heart of it all.
The Jackass defense.
Well, yeah, that plays into it. But more broadly, this case, as crazy as it sounds, might be a tiny example of a much bigger problem. How do we, as a society, deal with violence becoming so normalized?
Whoa, okay, I see what you mean. Like it's in movies, TV shows, video games.
Right, and how do we make sure entertainment doesn't turn into an excuse to hurt people, especially kids?
Heavy stuff, man.
No doubt about it. But this case really brings it all to the surface, don't you think?
Absolutely. We got the dropkick on video, the whole Jackass thing, all these legal twists and turns.
And a ton of unanswered questions.
It's a reminder that real life isn't a stunt show.
Well said. Actions have consequences, and we all need to think about the messages we're absorbing, whether it's from the media, our friends,
Even our families, right?
especially our families. This isn't just about one woman and her bad choices. It's about what kind of world we're building.
And what we're teaching our kids.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's a wrap for this deep dive, folks. Definitely a lot to think about.
Stay safe out there, and remember, real life comes with real consequences.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive. See you then.